What's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's well. I feel like I'm a little loud. I'm going to turn my audio down a little bit. We're here. And we have, we actually have some stuff we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about ESPN coming back to Atlantic City. No, that's my old news. We're still talking about that, which is kind of weird that was the top. We're talking about Atlantic City, but that kind of goes into more of my Major League Paintball kind of like announcement area where we're going to talk about AC on ESPN, Monkey with a Gun, and then, I don't know, possibly a new series that I may be doing for them. We're going to talk about the Premier Paintball League that's going to have their first inaugural tournament in San Diego. And, not San Diego. Why the hell did I say San Diego? Utah. I was even like thinking Utah in my head. I don't know why that came out. We're going to talk about that. That's a cool tournament. That's when Aftershock and Dynasty are going to be at. And then the Push Propel. We've talked about the Push marker that's going to be coming out for a couple years now. But it looks like it's actually finally happening. It looks like GI Sports might have something to do with it. We'll talk about that. And kind of maybe the most interesting thing, the Twister Vortex R5 bolt system. We'll talk about all that matters for a little bit, and then we'll take it from there. Gentlemen, I see Mark, Switch, Mark again, Hostility, Josh, you're there, Axel, Curtis, welcome, gentlemen. But without further ado, we always want to thank bfpgear.com for sponsoring these videos, these live streams. And I was thinking, this paintball season's coming around. We're getting into full swing. And, one of the better ways to maybe get a new gun, if you're looking to get something new, is trade-in. So BFP, they have a trade-in program where you can trade in your used paintball gun for credit toward something new. I thought that said a value up to $10,000. I was like, who the hell's trading in something for $10,000? It's not what that says. All you got to do is fill out this form. It's actually really easy. I was looking through. It's mostly like, you can fill that stuff out real quick. And they will give you an offer to get store credit to buy yourself something new. Check out BFP Gear. They don't just have trade-in stuff. They actually always have new stuff too. So they just got I saw these excessive pants, Junior Brown, the co-owner, played for Excessive, and then Gina Telford was Rich Telford's wife. They're like co-owners of BFP Gear, and they got all this cool Excessive stuff. BFPgear.com. We're going to talk about these guys later, though. We'll talk to the chat room for a second, and then we'll jump on new stuff. Bro, it's like 79 degrees in San Jose right now. Is that hot? I know, it's probably like 85 here right now. It's kind of hot. I was thinking about turning the air conditioner on. It's 83. I love it, though. I'm a summer boy. I miss my summer. Steve? All right, let's just jump into something. What do we got doing here? I don't have a slide or any media for this, so you're just gonna have to look at my face. The Premier Paintball League. So we talked about the Premier Paintball League, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, but that was kind of before we even knew what it was going to be called. And we got first news of that on the Spick and Span show with Seth from Vendetta Paintball. That's his whole deal, and he was on there talking all about it. We have a little bit more information now. It's going to be called the GI Sports Open. And we know we've talked about before, there's going to be just 2 teams invited. It's going to be Aftershock playing the San Diego Dynasty on June 7th. And the match is going to start at 10 a.m. They're actually opening that gate, so they're going to let people into the field at 9 a.m. I'm not 100% sure on the format. I've heard 2 different things. Originally, it was going to be old school X-Ball rules, somewhat like they're doing for the finals this year. They did in Tampa. They kind of split the finals up into separate halves. They're going to do the same thing here with 15-minute or 25-minute halves. I don't know. I've seen kind of both. You know, back in the day when the original X-Ball League started, the original NXL, the National X-Ball League, I should say, really, they played, I believe, 20-minute halves, and we were seeing scores of like 14 to 15 and stuff. So 25 minutes would be a very long time. I think 20 minutes for these like games or whatever, I think that maybe 20 minutes is probably good. They are going to sell tickets though, so if you want to go watch at Vendetta Paintball in Utah. It's just right outside of Salt Lake. Tickets will be $40 and $70. Yeah, there's going to be kind of, it looks like it's kind of be maybe set up the same way that like Go Sports does it, how they have like a VIP area. It's under like, you know, an awning and they've got drinks and stuff. It's a little bit nicer, or just regular general admission grandstand seating for $40. It will be filmed. I think the whole goal of this is try to make something, right? Make a show or make something interesting that we can watch, and then we can kind of replicate. So if this goes well, maybe there'll be the Planet Eclipse Open or something like that, and then they'll do it again. I think the major draw for the teams, at least, specifically Aftershock and Dynasty, is this $15 for first place. There's no other prize purse that big right now. I mean, the NXL is only giving away $8,000. So 15 grand, while still not a ton of money, you know, everyone's going to get $1,200 or something. It's definitely better than the, you know, $300 or whatever you're getting from the NXL. So it's cool. I like the invitation stuff. It makes it feel a little bit more interesting and exciting. I always have liked these one-off events. We used to have a ton of them, and they've kind of all gone away. It's something that I'd like to see more, that's for sure. I mean, if you've been around forever, you can think about Skyball. There was like the Road to Aruba, where there's a tournament in Aruba. There were just a lot more weird, random events, so it's kind of cool to see the premiere a paintball league making stuff. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Oh, about burritos? $15 for a burrito? Sounds right. The Music City Open. There we go. That kind of turned into the NXL too. So or not the NXL, it kind of turned into the MPPL. Spider Cup, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. 3-mans back in the day. I don't know. There were so many. Skyball was the tournament that was held in the Toronto Sky Dome. So it was actually like inside in Toronto. It was a big feel. Mark, what'd you say? You said, let's talk about Pump being available at World Cup. Really? If I can't bring my Street Fighter guys, let me jump on someone's squad. I'm sure you could find someone, dude. I'm sure you can. Man, really? Oh, WC, I'm sorry. That makes less sense, actually. World Cup would have been cooler. I see WC and I think World Cup, because that's how I pronounce it. But if we were talking and you said WC, I'd know exactly what you meant. The West Coast Paintball Players League. That's still cool though. It's been a long time since we've had Pump in anything, really. You think about like it's MPPL maybe was like the last thing. Mardi Gras, there's another cool tournament. There are all of these like weird tournaments. Some of them did morph into stuff. Like Mardi Gras ended up being like PSP event. I think Mardi Gras was like the first PSP tournament ever, actually, I think. In 2003? I don't know. Let's jump to something else. I gotta open my Jimmy Jam like this, though. And then this is the part when I realized that I did not get the media set up correctly. So bear with me for mere moments, hopefully. If not, we're just going to totally freaking skip it, and I'll just come back to it later. Dang. There we go. I don't know why I didn't set this up. I wish I could, like, do this different, too. Yeah, sorry, guys. I know. Everyone's going to go deaf. Okay. the push propel. So earlier today, this was either today or yesterday, GI Sports posted this video over on, I don't know, I think it was on their Facebook, maybe it was on Instagram, of the push propel, which is interesting. A little backstory, we'll say, is that this company has gone under so many different names. So GI Sports, back in the day, used to be National Paintball Supply. And that's all they did. They didn't actually make anything. They were just a distributor. So if you were, say, a smaller company like Push, and you wanted help with distribution, because National Paintball, was a distributor for everybody. So everyone would ship their products to National, and then National would just ship them out to you. I assume that's what GI Sports is going to do here, is they're going to kind of maybe just be a middleman and then help facilitate maybe warranties or repairs, stuff like that for Push, because that's kind of what they'd done in the past when they were National Paintball Supply, and then also Key Action Sports a little bit, but definitely when they were National. We got a little bit more information, but the first time we saw this was all the way back in May of 2022. So it's been almost 3 years now since we've seen this. Then we got a little bit more information when they announced that it was going to be made by Push. This originally was called the Flow Tech RMAC. I don't know who the heck Flow Tech is. Then Push kind of bought the design, and that's why we're seeing the Push Propel. It's going to be $650. It should be available very, very soon. And it also looks a little bit different. I think they changed the milling just very slightly. We've talked about this gun before, so I'm not going to go into details about the bolt and all that stuff. I think we've done that 4 times. It's made by not Morgan. We've done this before too. Michael Spurlock. I always want to say Morgan Spurlock. I think he died. We've talked about that. He drank himself to death. Anyway, back to fun stuff. Michael Spurlock was the owner of Machine Paintball. Some of you might have mixed feelings about Machine Paintball. I'm a little skeptical, so we'll see. Machine Paintball have not been known for making good things ever, so we'll just have to wait and find out. I always am saying that more competition is good, but we also need competition from companies that can make good products. So, yeah. $650 is about right. You think if it's all aluminum, so it's a nicer gun. It's not equivalent to an EMAC or even an Etha 3M. It's probably going to be similar to the M180R or M170R or something like that. The Push Propel, David right there says, the gun is a butter. I shot the prototype. Yeah. I think that was always I was thinking about Machine, and it was their guns didn't necessarily shoot bad. I think that their major problem was reliability and then parts and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. The Bassmaster, or Bassmaster, it's Bassmaster. Although I still want to say bass. My homie had a Vapor. My homie's Vapor was nice when it actually worked. Exactly. I was they shoot good, but they just have to work all the time. Chris Martin, could this gun pull you out of review hiatus? Probably not. Not unless they paid me to do it. Speaking of which, yeah, probably not. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Probably not. Just because I think about, it's kind of boring. It's does anyone really care, Most people don't care. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that, though. There's some kind of news. I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this that Atlantic City, this has kind of been a rumor and kind of talked about for a couple months, really. But Atlantic City last year, they taped the finals between Aftershock and Red Legion, the Atlantic City tournament, and it aired really just a couple days, weeks later. Not days, maybe a month and a half later. Very quick turnaround time. This time again, we're going to get NXL on ESPN. So they're going to be at the Atlantic City tournament again. this coming year, in just months. But this time it's going to be a 1 hour show. So it's not going to be 30 minutes anymore. So there'll be like 45 minutes of actual runtime, not like 22 or 21 like it was before. I mean, one of the problems they had before is, the match just lasts longer. So they had to cut out a few points. And then it makes it really difficult to like do interviews or do anything interesting. You're such time constraint. So it being an hour is going to be much, much improved. David, it will still be on the Ochos, yes. So it's set to air whenever it is in August. It's definitely going to be in August, though. And it's 100% apparently a thing. So it is underway, which would be cool, Also found out today that we have in some places on the internet, people have talked about like serial killers. Serial killers and Push used to be on YouTube. They were on the Monkey with a Gun YouTube channel. And the reason those have disappeared, they disappeared off YouTube a couple months ago, was because MLPB Plus, so Major League Paintball, has actually purchased the rights to all the Monkey with a Gun content. So in the future, I imagine very soon, I'm not 100% on the date, we're going to see, or you can see, if you're a Major League Paintball Plus subscriber, Go Sports subscriber, all of the Monkey with the Gun stuff. So Serial Killers will be on there. Serial Killers 2 will be on there. Push is going to be on there. Sunday Drivers is going to be on there. I haven't seen Sunday Drivers in forever. And Heroes for a Day will also be on there. Those are all 5, like, really, 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 iconic. Some of the best paintball movies literally ever made. So it's kind of cool they're not going to go die. I asked if they had any plans to put more content stuff up there, and I don't believe so. The only other like company I could think of was Dirter that would have like videos and stuff, but I'm not sure what's going on with Dirter. I don't know. The reason all this came up today was because I was asked if I was interested in doing videos for Major League Paintball or for Go Sports about those 5 videos. Kind of do, I don't know yet. I'm not even really sure. I gotta think about what to do, but we kind of want to build some sort of interest or excitement, around those old videos again, to like let people know and get people to watch them. And I don't know. I'm not really sure what I would do yet. I know that they said they would get me 2 locations too. So it's possible I could go down to Southern California and film stuff, or do it remote and just, film like this. I don't know what I would do. I think that the best thing to maybe do, we talked about this a couple hours ago. I think it would be really neat to like watch clips of the videos and then get like more insight into that, like, oh, this was crazy part in the video, and then like, get the actual player it happened to, or whatever's insight into that exact thing. I know we want to try to do 5 different videos. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. It's not a super hurry, but I haven't really thought about it. I thought about it for 10 minutes earlier while I was doing something. Yep, so that's happening. We also talked about really good paintball videos, paintball movies. If you're a paintball aficionado like myself, the brand new, I gotta mute this shit as fast as possible. The brand new All That Matters video is on the internet. There's a link in the description. I would go watch this. It literally is. It's very, 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 very good. It looks beautiful. Everything about it is amazing looking. We're not gonna watch it. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. It just looks so good. So that every player, not every player, but they have like a little short, you know, the players talk for a little bit. They'll show some highlights of practice and stuff, and players are talking. Just a bunch of really good footage we normally don't see. A lot of cool camera angles. I mean, everything's great about it. The audio's perfect. Sound design's great. There's actually real music, so it's not like bullshit music like I'm listening to here. You know, they actually put like copywritten known tracks in it. I cannot for the life of me remember, but there's actually like Metallica's in it, and I can't read that. It's too far away for me. I can just recognize Metallica. But it's actually real music. It's very good. Like, really, just go watch it. Yeah, we'll talk to the chat and then we'll do some stuff again. There's one shot in All That Matters. It's like 3 frames where they actually shot 2 paintballs at each other, perfect, and they're like, and they break perfect. It's really good. It's just they filmed it really well. It looks great. I even like frame for framed it back, and I was like, ooh, cool. It's really great. Oh, is Turnstile in it? Turnstile's good. Talking Heads. I honestly forget. I watched it like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Turnstile's cool. I kind of wish Turnstile was more like old school hardcore. They're kind of like all like a little too, I don't know, poppy for me, but they're still good. Let's see what else is on my list. We have the Twister Method Vortex R5 bolt, which is kind of cool. But we're going to make people like the live stream. So if you're here hanging out and Mark has not done his job yet, then give the live stream a like. It really is helpful. I say that too, but you know, there's a reason I say that all the time. In other videos too, you know, like the other videos, maybe leave a comment, you know, like the new Bob Long video that came out, like that one, and leave a comment and share it on Facebook, or print out the transcript and go stand on the corner and just talk out the transcript or something. Man, I really don't listen to new music that much anymore, but I do like Turnstile. I don't really listen to music at all anymore. I listened to Tool earlier. I like Tool. Bob Long video is great. Make sure to go like it. Mark, I just remembered last night I looked into how to make Thai iced tea slushies. It's pretty easy. I was using like, you know, the internet and AI, and they were like, just pour the goddamn Thai iced tea into the slushy machine and you got it. I was like, wow, really? Apparently you can make slushies with ice cream machines as well. We're gonna have a new business. I'm telling you. But we should like test it out first. You gotta like do a little trial run or something like that with an ice cream machine. We could even like just rent. You could just like rent the slushy machines, I think, too. I was looking at how to power them too, and I'm like, they require tons of power, so we 100% have to have a generator. I was like, what about batteries? They're like, dude, you'd need like a fucking house-sized battery. Ooh, Thai hot dogs would be good too. That sounds good. Yeah, they probably will taste them. They'll probably drink them. I'm telling you though, I think it's a great idea. We could have like international flavored slushies. We just have one all cumin powder. Okay, we'll move on. Not that though. We're gonna talk about the Twister Method Vortex R5 bolt system. And I've got a lot of stuff open here, so let me shift this over. Bingo. This is a slideshow. So, what the hell is this goddamn thing? This is a bolt system released by Committed Paintball. Committed Paintball are the people that bring you the Twister and all the Twister products. They teamed up with Method Paintball. We'll check out some Method Paintball stuff really fast as well. Method have made a lot of stuff. If you guys maybe saw recently, Dye just released aluminum feed neck levers. And I'm not sure, but I'm like 99% sure that that's all those are there. They've done the DSR bolt. They got all kinds of like cool, clever things. That's Method Paintball. So they teamed up, Committed and Method, or Twister and Method, I guess, to bring out a performance update to the Geo R5. We'll go into it a little more detail, but essentially what they've done is I was going to say milled out. I guess they did mill it out. I was machined out or milled out extra volume in the bolt. So I'll have a illustration we'll go over in a little more detail here, but they've machined out volume in the bolt. So they've added volume to that bolt system to lower, I shouldn't say lower the operating pressure. I'm not 100% sure if it lowers the operating pressure. It definitely lowers the operating pressure because they say it gets a 35 to 50 feet per second increase. So in theory that, lowers the operating pressure. You put the stock bolt in, if you're shooting 280, you put this one in, you're shooting 230, you're going to have to bring down that pressure a little bit. So yeah, it does lower the pressure. They're also saying that they're estimating a pod to 2 pods of efficiency increase. Obviously that matters tank size. So that's probably, I don't know, we'll say 10 to 15% increase in efficiency. They've changed that bolt face. That's what that bolt face is right there. So typically on the Planet Eclipse guns, they just have a different bolt face. It's a little bit more constricted. It has these little like nipple things that come out, so it doesn't allow the paintball to roll back. The bad part though, guys, you can't buy them anymore. These were a very limited edition. I don't know how many I did at one point. I think maybe like 200 or I don't even know. But they are $200, which isn't bad. I kind of expect them to be a little bit more. One thing that's kind of cool, if you bought a Twister R5 like that one right there, they were giving people a $25 discount. That's the jam. There's this picture, which kind of shows more what's happened. And you know what we're going to do though, is let's open that window and go here. And I kind of want to like illustrate as best I can. I just hope this kind of works. That's more what I hope happens here than anything. Okay, kind of just combobulate a little bit. Okay. So the main things, you can see everything really they've changed right there. What happens if I do this? Son of a bitch. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, see, I hate how this doesn't line up right. It drives me insane. Okay, so what did they change in this thing? You can see below it is the stock core, or like the stock bolt system, the stock engine that's coming in the R5. And there's actually a couple things missing that I'll talk about a little bit. So the first thing, if we go, to the back of the bolt system, we see that right there. So they've added these bumpers. This is kind of odd because they did change the spring retention system right here. They've changed the way that spring loads and stuff into here, but it's just simply not on their design. On the Planet Eclipse stock renderings or whatever, it's just not there. They just didn't put it in there. So this brass piece it is technically right here on the stock bolt. It's just like, you know, not there. Bronze valve guide, spring grad retention. But this are those bumpers they've actually added. I'm going to try and like zoom in like this and shit. We'll see how this works. So on the stock gun, there are not those bumpers. Bear with me, guys. This is like all a new experience for both of us. So on the stock gun, those bumpers, so they added, you can see this O-ring right here, and then there's also this O-ring right here that you can kind of just see the corners of because it's cut in that cross section. But what I think those do is typically when the bolt goes forward, like we'll use the stock one down here, this valve guide will go forward and it'll make contact right here on that lip. So I think adding these O-rings in there is just gonna like slow this transition down. So instead of making like, bam, just contact, because it's an O-ring too, it's gonna kind of like ease into it a little bit. So that alone, I think, should change the shot quality, especially these rear ones too. You got to think that it's if it's hitting back, having those O-rings there might like reduce something. So they changed those. They added those O-rings, and let's just go down this line a little bit. They added those holes too. So we've seen these on other guns as well. Can't for the life of me all of a sudden think about it, but we can see that they've added, there's that little teeny white hole there, there's another hole right there, and you think that that goes all the way around the bolt. And it's just allowing air to come out in different stages, right? So you get the bolt moving forward. So the gold piece is going to move forward. And this O-ring right here is going to clear those holes first and then dump out of those holes next. So it's like a dual, that's why it says two-staged. But Planet Eclipse kind of do that as well. It's not like dramatically different. You can kind of see that opening right there. It's open, right? But instead of a separate hole, they just do that little like nipple-y kind of cutout. Who knows which is better? They've done that. And probably the biggest thing they've done though is to that whole entire bolt. So we can see the bolt is all yellow. And one thing that we noticed, we talked about on the on the Adrenaline Lux Idol was the Bernoulli principle. The Bernoulli principle is a little hard for me to explain right now. Quickly. It's something about like when you push air through a smaller opening, it like compresses the air and the air comes out faster. So you can kind of reduce operating pressure. So having this bolt taper a little bit more, I'm obviously exaggerating, but it does taper. You can kind of see how it's definitely smaller, not as thick at the back, and it's much thicker at the front. So the whole entire bolt tapers to the front, whereas the stock bolt is just straight, but does have a little bit of that Bernoulli principle, that tapering toward the front. But it's possible, I don't really know if having it go all the way down the bolt is better or not. But also by removing material here and here, it's increasing the volume of the bolt as well. So that's where they're getting most of that extra volume from, is by just machining out extra portions of the bolt. They also totally changed the guide, but I don't know what is going on here. You know, like obviously it's considerably different, but I don't really know why that's better. I mean, they put that, I don't know, it's just different shaped or something, but I'm not sure why or how it reduces wear. I don't really know. Yeah. So it's different for sure. And I think that the major things that they've obviously changed is just adding volume. So it's really cool to see companies actually making meaningful changes. They're not just like, you know, upgrades or whatever that don't do anything. Hopefully, you know, when guys actually get it in their gun and test it out, it lives up to all that hype. And I don't understand why it wouldn't, you know. I mean, they said they tested the crap out of it, so everything like Twister come in and makes this great, so I assume the Vortex bolt will too. Snoozer topic. Yeah, for sure. What else we can talk about? You got anything else cool to talk about? We got something else cooler we could talk about. I'm all ears. Bernoulli's principle is a key concept in fluid dynamics that relates to pressure, density, speed and height. Yeah. Pretty much. I went to like more detail with it. It's essentially the same concept as like when you have a hose. If you're letting all the air, like water out of a hose, and you're just like, and it's just like a bullshit water stream, and you put your finger over it, and then it's all, it like blasts itself out. It's kind of the same concept because you're not adding like more pressure really. You're just like constricting the opening so the air or the water wants to like really squeeze out faster. It's like something like that. Atlantic City is soon. Old Soul. Paintball has been nothing but trial and error. Nothing wrong with trying new. Yeah, I'm with you. The week how the NXL won't come to the West Coast. Yeah, I don't know. Well, they kind of did. I mean, they went to Vegas. That's kind of West Coast-ish. That's West Coast. I count Vegas as the West Coast. But yeah, I'd prefer Citrus Heights, Mark. The Citrus Heights Open. Ron, what are you saying? Can you give a team at the field a sickening shout out for winning their 5-man tournament, North Virginia Trauma, at the NRPL? What's the NRPL? There's so many leagues. I don't know the names of them. I don't even know the names of the ones that are like down the street. Bill? Thank you. Bringing that up, we'll talk about that. Very soon here on the Paintball Ruined My Life channel, all of you pro level members. So if you're a member here at the pro level, I'm going to start doing a new series called like Debriefed or whatever, where it's kind of like a director's cut of videos I make. So I was thinking about like the Bob Long video. We'll sit down and I'll talk about like, oh, I cut this part out of here and I didn't do this because of this. And then I'll also like maybe have like longer interviews that I used. Maybe we'll watch some of those longer interviews that I cut out or something. We're going to try it. If you want to find those in the future, you have to be a pro level member here on the YouTube channel. So you can follow that link below. It also gets you early access to videos, exclusive member-only videos like the one I just talked about. You get that discount. You get a members-only live streams like I did, I don't know, a few days ago. And giveaways as well. But I don't know. I can't actually put giveaways in here since they actually violate YouTube's policy. But we do that too. So, I'll think about becoming a channel member. It supports this channel immensely, you guys. Immensely. What's happening with the audio? Nothing. Bad copyrighted audio. Bed. I don't know. Let's get Bob in the live soon? I don't know. Eric. I don't know, dude. Nothing against Bob. I just have, I've had like 4 people ever on a live stream. So it's not like something I'm doing that much. Mainly because it's just a pain in the ass. And like, I don't know if it matters. I don't know. Like, I don't know if people actually care. So, I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass. Like, I'd like to do more interviews and stuff for videos, but like, I don't know. It's just such a pain in the ass, like tracking people down and waiting for people and like, I can just do it all myself. It's easier. Ooh, the Latin Saints. What are we talking about, the Latin Saints? David, I will update to the pro subscription right now. Yeah, I wish I could actually get rid of the supporting one completely. I don't really like having 2 tiers. Someday I'll just get rid of it completely. Maybe I should just get rid of it right now, or like later I'll figure that out. The problem that sucks is that people just go away, so it's like I delete the whole tier and we lose people. There we go! That's what I'm talking about. Dave's the man with that purple on there too. I think that means you've been here forever. Because Eric had a purple one too. I wish I could find out. I wish I could like click the chat, but what happens if I click channel activity? I don't know. Nate? BTS. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna think about just winging it, but I'll probably try to like set some other stuff up so I can like, it could be a little bit better. But I think I can do that. Yeah, one thing that's interesting if I do this stuff for Go Sports is they said that like if I do make videos for Go Sports or MLPB Plus, that after like 30 days I can do whatever I want with the footage. So like, you know, if I shoot like an hour-long interview with somebody, you know, we're not going to use all that footage. So I could even like, you know, take that footage and use it in my own videos, which would be advantageous because I want to do like an excessive video. There's other videos I want to do that I just haven't really, because it's going to require me contacting people and doing a bunch of legwork that just takes forever. So I've just kind of moved on to other things because I just, you know, I just want to get stuff out. So being able to maybe like do 2 things at a time would be cool too. And I could just put the interviews as member only videos too. Who knows? Favorite Edmonton Impact player of all time? I don't know. Josh Davey? Let's go with Josh Davey. Are you making reviews on new companies' products? Like new companies or like companies' new products? Those are 2 different questions. I don't know. Not really, you know, like, I don't know. I haven't really like, yeah, done reviews. Mainly because, like, I don't know. They're just not as interesting. Like the videos, these like new videos have been so much more interesting. These like review videos, and not reviews, these like essay history style videos have just been more interesting, you know, and people are more interested in it, and it's more interesting for me to make, so it kind of makes sense. I'm certainly open to doing those kind of things for people for the right price. People can contact me if they need advertising pricing. If you're a person from a company, I'm not just going to give it out to everybody. I charge $15,000 for 30 seconds. I wish, dude. I could probably charge more. I could charge more than I do, for sure. The problem is, like, Paintball can't withstand it. Tyler Pan? Oh, Panilio. Yeah, sure, why not? T-Pan. T-Pan. So 180 over TM40? Yeah, I would at least. I think so. I've been saying this for 15 years. The most important part of any paintball gun is reliability. You know, it's got to shoot. If it's not shooting, who cares? And I think that the 180R is, over the long term, just going to be more reliable. I don't want to say the TM40 is unreliable, because the Lux is, you know, the last few generations have been quite a bit better. But I think if I was spending the money, you know, I'm buying a 180R for sure. It's just going to be better and last longer and all kinds of stuff. Yo, you hear about the new method development kit for the Lux Idol? I did not. It looks like a new engine. I did not see it. It would be interesting to see though, because like, you know, Adrenaline is the only other company in so long that have made, you know, aftermarket parts or whatever. Method Paintball. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I didn't see. Let's look. I'll show you guys. Hold on. Let me, their logo looks like the King's logo. They're making an auto-mag bolt? What the fuck? That looks like a goddamn auto-mag bolt. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not, they don't have any like crazy pictures yet though, but no, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Is that what I wanted to do? No, that's still not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Yeah. That's a bolt for an idol. I mean, obviously we can't really tell that much. I mean, I don't remember what the stock one even looks like, the like, you know, can or anything. Is it cut open more or less? I don't know. We'll find out too. But there it is, you know. Let's see, Lux Idol. What happens if I put bolt? Oh shit, okay. Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, hey, that's my B-roll. Sweet video, dude. Anyway, you guys can't see what I'm seeing. I don't know, it looks a little different. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe we'll talk about that next time. I'll get like, I'll be a little more prepared so I can actually talk about it. Purple makes it shoot harder. Really does it. I can make it shoot softer like a little bitch. Let's see what else I get to talk on here. I don't think I have anything else. We can talk about this. This is a promo to go to the Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group. Over in there right now, I am raffling off, and it's, you know, it's getting there. But tickets are $10. There's 70 tickets to win said paintball marker, the EMF 100 complete gun, and the power stock. It looks so dirty in that picture. It's not actually dirty. It's never been used before. Just a little dusty, maybe. Power stock. One single magazine. That's everything you get right there. $10, guys. There's a link in the description to this right here. I think there is. Let's, I'm gonna go make sure it is. But yeah, go check it out. There's gonna be a link in the description right about now. Link in the description. Good way to get yourself a MagFed gun. You know, I've had that gun for like 5 years. I've had it since it came out. Like the day it came out, I've just never used it. It literally just sitting around here. So one day I was like, you know, let's just get rid of this goddamn thing. There it is. Someone's on the causeway. Rest in peace. Yeah, it's loud. What's so loud? I'm so lucky I don't have to drive home from work. The furthest I had to drive home from work was probably Elk Grove. When I worked in Elk Grove, it was probably like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That's probably 40 minutes. I was probably like, god damn, maybe like 19 or 20, something like that. I want to come play in Costa Rica. I used to work at the paintball store in Elk Grove. Yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine commuting. What are the like people that super commute? People that drive like 3 hours every day to work and like 3 hours back or some shit. It's like, what are you guys doing? Man, yeah, Costa Rica. I've never been to Costa Rica, but I would definitely go to Costa Rica, of course. I mean, shit. You trying to fly me out to Costa Rica to go to a paintball tournament? Andrew, your stream got me through 1.5 hours. Oh, I forgot I had the smoke on. The traffic. Cool. Well, here's to another 1.5 hours. Oh, I could turn the fan on. Might be better. You guys can... What happens if I hit this kinetic paintball button? That's what happens. Oh, kinetic. Yeah, if you guys want, there's a 10% off promo code right there to kineticpaintball.com. You can get yourself a pair of their best paintball pants ever. The Kinetic KMP. No, that's the pack. The KPS, that's what we're looking at. Love the pants. The KMP, their Kinetic Modular Pack, I think is the best pack I've ever owned. Yeah, 10% off, you know. Go, you can buy yourself some Kinetic stuff. That's about all. Does the smoke go off with the super chat? Dave asked. No, I kind of wish it did though. It can. I gotta like, you know, manually press it though. Can you hear it? It's like burr, burr. Ron, they're really not actually. I don't think they are. They're really not. I mean, I guess it matters how big you are. Where did my, like, I meant to go back to the kinetic thing. You know, my biggest problem with pants too is that, like, whenever I get them that fit my waist, they don't fit anything like this. They're like skin tight on my legs. I think it's just because I'm tall though, and I do have big quads for my size. But I think out of all the like modern paintball pants, they probably fit the best. Yeah, it's like it matters how big, obviously. And if you're, you know, shorter or taller or, you know, whatever, they're going to be different. I have not tried on like a new modern pant that fits me well. Which JT pants do you have? Although I get all confused. They had like so many pants. It's crazy. Kinetic medium, you can see my heartbeat through the crotch. That's pretty good. Certain places you don't want to go then. I don't remember what size these are, honestly. They might be extra large. Large? I honestly don't remember. The Dynasty? Okay, I thought so. I was like, man, are those the... I know those then. For sure, they are a little... Those are definitely bigger. I mean, we were talking about... they're probably the same as these. No, not those. Not that. I cannot see. What did I hit? The, like, friggin' fog is making it hard to see. Probably like those. Yeah, they're a little bigger at the top, for sure. Man, I have problems with these, though. They don't fit me right, which, you know, says we're all different shapes. We all come in different shapes and sizes. We could go back to the parachute pants. I was thinking of that. That's why I was like, it matters with JT pants. I mean, shit, dude. They used to make some big ass JT pants back in the day. Have you seen the push propel? Mike asked. No, not in real life. I don't think so. No. Because some of the original Ironman guys, like the OG Ironman that play like 10-man, that have like, Rick Sendejas is on that team. Mike Baird is on that team. Dirk Gadbury's on that team. Like the old original Ironman guys that are, playing 10-man. The OG Ironman, I said that like 5 times. They had been using that, and I see some of those guys quite a bit, and I don't think I've seen them using that. I mean, they're all friends with all those old, like, the push guys and all those guys and stuff, so it kind of makes sense. Ronnie Dizon says he started the jogger trend. Maybe he did, I don't know. I mean, I personally feel like it's kind of weird how, like, skinny pants in regular life. I'm gonna think about that. I'm like, Ronnie started the jogger trend? I mean, I used to play in shorts all the time. Yeah, these are the kinetic pants are the only joggers that I've ever owned for paintball because they're the only ones that have ever fit me. I don't know, Ronnie start the jogger trend? Maybe he like helped it along. Because I remember back in the day when I was selling Gucci headbands, I didn't make that trend, but I certainly helped accelerate it. I'm with Mark. How we have 62 likes? Mark, there's only 61. I only see 61. Did someone take it back? If you give a dislike, does it like make it negative? Oh, we got 62. Make sure to like this. We can get it. Can we get 100 people? Can we get 100 likes right now? We've never gotten 100 during an actual live stream because I don't push it like this either. Did he start the jogger trend? That's it. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird how like, skinny jeans became popular in like, I don't know, 2007 or 8 or something like that when they started getting popular, maybe a little earlier. And it's funny how like they've kind of gone out of fashion the last like 4 years. Like skinny jeans aren't cool. And it's funny how in paintball, skinny like pants or joggers got popular as soon as like people stopped wearing them in regular life. Girls jeans. I wore girls jeans for a while. I wouldn't consider myself emo ever, but I definitely wore girls jeans. That's when I was like way into clothing and like that stuff too, though. More so than now. Mark. Who's Mark? Oh, Mark started joggers. I don't know, though. I don't know who started it first. Obviously, but I'm trying to think about, like, what was the first company that made them or something? Yeah, Lone Wolf actually have a video of the push Propel out. They released a video of it today. It's not so informative, though. MLG. We got 81 likes. There's 118 people watching. So if we get 19 more. 19? Why am I saying 19? 19. Oh, did ANS do it? ANS is probably better, I assume. Rory does a pretty good job, actually. Pricey, $650. I don't know. How much should it be? Is it $650 or $600? It's 650, right? 650, 650. I don't know. I mean, like, we got to think, like, at the Etha 3M, it's near that price. God damn, my pricing is all off. Etha 3M is 550, right? Oh no, the Etha 3 is 550. Obviously. That would be crazy. It's twice the price of an EMAC. That's why I was like, what? I'm all confused. I don't know. Yeah, it's mechanical. Yeah, the Etha 3M's 400 bucks. So 400 versus 650. But again, it's not really like, you know, it's a little different. It's definitely, it's going to have like that aluminum frame and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit different. Not that one. Yeah. So it is, you know, it's an aluminum body. It's an aluminum frame. It's no composite anywhere. It does have that rubber front grip. So it's just probably, I don't know if I want to say it's nicer. We've never touched it before, but, you know, on paper it's nicer, which is good. I'm a little skeptical of the on-off and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Eric, made in China, it's assembled in the US. Is it assembled in the US even? Probably not. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if it's even assembled here. Who knows? Inception M3 with an aluminum body is $800. I know, I'm with you on that. I mean, just the bodies alone are like the price of the whole gun. So yeah, it's crazy. It seems a little bit expensive to me. Yeah, I was kind of looking at the patents earlier on the Propel and looking at the trigger patents and stuff. They have a patent on the like trigger frame, but it wasn't too descriptive. It didn't really like, I don't know what I'm looking at, you know, all those like technical schematics. It is crazy how it looks through the light. Huh. Who knows where stuff's going to be made? I mean, I don't know. The whole economy is going to like implode on itself. I mean, goddamn Dow drops 2.5% again today, so you know. I don't know. Lone Wolf, let's see, Lone Wolf Ronnie D's on gear bag. Let's see. I'll try to find it. We can see where he talks about it being the first to Lone Wolf. How old is this video? $5.59. Okay, here you go. Good find. All right. Oh, that's why I'm like, why can't I hear anything? It's so hard to like do this dual monitor situation.
I was like, hey, I didn't get my hands on this.
Did you wear the previous version?
So, funny story. For anybody who wears joggers, I want to be 100% accountable because I started that. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying. I used to tailor my paintball pants, you know, through all of my seasons of paintball. And
it's hard to say he started it though, because it's like, joggers are not, they're like something else. That was a trend that started away from paintball. That's why they're called joggers. It's not like we called sweatpants 10 years ago, joggers. It's like a whole new term. That's funny though.
And got together with HK, showed him a few cuffs that I put on a normal pair of pants, and then boom, joggers dropped.
Nice.
Huh.
You heard it here first.
It's very possible. I'm not taking that away from him. He very well could have been like, why don't you guys make them like this? And they're like, that's a good idea. And they just start doing it. So maybe HK was the first jogger pant to come out.
18 is the first event that we actually wore.
Moorhead. Huh.
Or like the normal joggers that weren't supposed to be for playing. And then we won that event, and then everyone started wearing them. And, I'm not trying to say I'm a trendsetter, but,
I mean, he is.
Don't show my browser history. Did something happen?
I got another HK Army jersey here. This one has my logo embroidered on the back.
It shouldn't. Who is?
Let's see. Got another HK Army jersey here. This one's actually the Heat one.
Anyway, that's funny. I hope there's no crazy browser searches, because this is a browser that I only use for live streams for that specific reason. I don't use Firefox ever. It's only for this. Only for this. I assumed you were joking, but it's kind of not a joke too. That's why, like I said, Firefox. Jesse from Pev's Paintball gets a shout out. Pev's Paintball? That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Dang. Tell me more about Pev's. Does Pev's have like stores and fields and all that stuff still going on? I really don't know. Pev's Paintball, somewhere on the East Coast, I think like northeastern maybe-ish, around there. Yeah, I think northeast. They had like multiple fields and multiple stores and all kinds of stuff. I mean, Pev's was huge. Yeah. Just one field. Yeah, that's crazy. That's how it goes. I mean, Pev's was like the biggest, like, retailer, probably. Leesburg, Virginia. There you go. I was like, somewhere around there. Yeah, some brains, they used to show up at events with a giant Pev's logo on their jersey. For sure, it was like that big circle blue logo. Huh. Yeah. North Virginia Trauma, who you shouted out earlier, is based out of that field. All right. Pev's. Peveril. It's kind of an interesting thing to name your company. It'd be like me naming it Brad's. Paintball Ruin My Life should do a Wednesday speedball with the boys at Pev's. Yeah, sure, but, that's kind of far away. It's a little far. It's like, 2,000 miles. It's just a little bit. Team Justice? I don't remember Team Justice from Pev's specifically, but I remember Team Justice. Heck yeah, doing all these old videos. There's a handful of like Justice videos that come up in like, 2002, 2003, 2001, playing 10-man. Fat Brad's Donut Shop. Dude, I would totally open a donut shop. Although the margins on that stuff, there's no way it's good. That's why it's all like Filipinos? Is it Vietnamese people that always have donut shops? Justice. Yeah, I think of Justice and I think of those like red JT jerseys they had. It's funny. Still balling at Pev's. That's cool. Cambodians. We got 2 Cambodians. Cambodians. Okay, so it's Cambodians and donuts. That's funny. It is interesting how like people find that niche, right? It's like I don't know. Is it Filipino or Vietnamese people with like dry cleaners? There we go. They did. They had a limited. Justice had an Ego 5, huh? Interesting. Oh, nails Vietnamese? I mean, Mark definitely knows. The Khmer do donuts? The Khmer Rouge? With Pol Pot? I don't really know much about that. Although I've been to some of those the places where they did a lot of the murders. It's very ominous. I think we've talked about this. Koreans and dry cleaners. Sure, that sounds right. That sounds right. Oh, Filipino grocery stores and nurses. That's true. So funny. You ever think about coming to Chicago to PBX for a big game? I have more than... I've thought about it a lot, for sure, you know. Yeah, that's about it. Yep. It's just like, you know, it's just a crazy thing to do, to fly across the country to go to a big game. Spend $2,000 or something to go to a big game. I'm like, maybe, you know, $2,000, but you know, $1,000, $1,500. No, maybe not 15, but you know, I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather go do something else, kind of. Did we get 100 likes? Am I gonna have to cut my finger off later? We got 91 likes. Can we get to 100? Let's get to 100, and I will cut my finger off. Cod? You want to catch some cod? I literally read cod and I think of fish. I don't have Call of Duty. I don't play video games. After this, I'm going to make chicken tacos. I've been eating tacos like a goddamn madman. Either chicken tacos or I have leftover Easter stuff. So I have like leftover ham and a fruit plate and some twice-baked potatoes, which are, my God, twice-baked potatoes and quiche. Those are my two favorite foods. You know, Black Mirror, I watched the first, like, couple episodes of Black Mirror, and I don't know, just never really started watching again, but it was great. Ron, did anyone else hear you can slap an MXR slap ASA on a DSR Plus? You know, I don't honestly know. I know you can purchase them. I'm not sure if I mean, it would make sense. I mean, it would, yeah, that totally makes sense. I don't know why they can't. I just don't know. That's something I could have told you. Whoa. What was that all about? Hello? What? It's like a weird echo that happens when I... Weird. You need an adapter, okay. You need to adapt it. Who makes the adapter? Kosh Patel's listening. Uh-oh. Do we have 100? We got 95. We got 95. What else is interesting and happening in my life we can talk about? I've been riding my bike more. You know, riding the bicycle. Looking at mountain bikes that I can buy. I don't have any money though, so I can't buy a mountain bike because mountain bikes are like $7,000 now. So, I don't really need one though. Anyway, so I've been riding my bike a lot. I want to get back into bike shape so that I can go on adventures in life. I really like bike packing, so I've been looking at like some Mendocino stuff I could do. You know, stuff like that. I don't really like enjoy the cycling. I guess I do, but what I really like is going on like trips and stuff and like camping on my bike and doing that kind of stuff. What kind of bike do I have? Ron asks. Currently I have a Trek Cross Rip 3. I never ride it. I've had so many bikes, it's crazy. It's hard to keep track of. I'm like, what do I have now? Yeah. It's kind of interesting. So I bought it like, the whole reason I bought that bike was to ride I rode from Sacramento to LA in like 2017. And the whole reason I bought that bike is because it was like, I don't know, it's kind of like a gravel bike, but it was before they made gravel bikes. Crossrip, you even know what a crossrip is. Yeah, it was like before they really made gravel bikes. So it was kind of like this weird bike. Because like in 2017, they just didn't really make the bikes that I wanted. And the only like thing I could get fat tires on was that. And it was like, that kind of made the most sense. Yeah, but I've had other like road bikes and stuff. Like I had a Madone for a little bit. I had a BMC, I can't remember the name of. I've had 2 triathlon bikes. So I was doing triathlon for a while. Anyway, exciting stuff. Mark, what'd you say? You should go slap a GoPro on randoms at CPL and critique how each player plays. I don't know, I'd have to hear that more thought out. Yeah, I don't know. Videos are so goddamn confusing. Who knows? Yep, gravel bikes are all people care about now, it seems. More comfortable, bigger tires, gravel bike. Yeah, I just wanted it so I could put... I mean, the Crossrip was cool because I could mount frames, too. It also has, like, mounting spots for bags and stuff, which I've never used, but I thought that I might or something. So I kind of wanted it. And it has a bottle cage mount underneath the top tube. Top tube, right? No. I don't know. Get Telford on. What is Rich doing? We're almost at 100 likes, guys. I'm not cutting my finger off, though, so, you know. Maybe. Although we might get kicked off the internet. I might have to record that. That'll be a members-only video. Yeah, I wonder what Rich is doing. I don't really know. You know, I kind of am curious. I didn't ask or I've not looked into it, but I don't know if he's doing announcing at all anymore or if he just didn't do it this last tournament or not, but I kind of miss Rich. I wish Rich was more announcer booths or something. What do you think about the Latin Saints? The second owner has a shit ton of stories. People judged a little too hard. The second owner... I don't know. I truly have no idea what's going on with the Latin Saints. I got no idea. I mean, if you're not playing pro in the NXL, I don't know anything about you. Unfortunately. There's 101. I don't have any, like, cool celebration or anything, though. We can just hit the smoke machine a little bit. Maybe we'll just really smoke it out. Isn't it cool, though? Look at, like, the shadow it, like, makes. Look at it through the light. Diego Santos was out of the picture after the first tournament. Yeah, I don't know. But he's on some other team. He plays for... He's with the Shock guys. Doesn't he play with... He plays with some NXL Europe team, though. Right? Or something like that. I don't really know. Honestly. All I know is that originally he told people he was going to pay him and he didn't pay him, and that's all I know. I think 2025 is the wrong time for the year for the Latin Saints concepts. Ice is rough. Yeah, who knows, dude? At this point, I might get kicked out. Yeah, I really don't know anything about Diego. That's about it. Looks like a college roommate's... Looks like a college roommate's room on Friday night. This is what my room looks like every night. Friday, Tuesday, Monday. Yeah, I don't know. What do you mean we have a lot about him? I don't know. What am I working on? What's my next video I'm working on? The JT Proflex. So the next video, I don't have a title yet. but it's about the JT Proflex and kind of the history of JT. We think that that's kind of an interesting video because, you know, JT is such an iconic brand and the Proflex is such an iconic mask, but it's going to be part JT history, part Proflex history. And yeah, I don't know what it's going to be called yet. The paintball mask that defined a generation. The mask every paintball player grew up with. The Proflex took over paintball, or like, I don't know. Not sure yet. Brady said he couldn't get 100 likes. 102, baby! The Spectra 260. Yes, some brains. You want to know about the Spectra 260? I can tell you about the Spectra 260. The Spectra 260 came out in 1995, toward the end of the year. They actually ended up changing the Spectra 2 years later to be the Pro Shield. It was the first mask to feature a 260-degree field vision lens. The previous lenses that were on the JT mask, for instance, the one that came on the X-Fire, the Soft Stream, or even way back to the Whippersnapper, was 180 degrees. So that 260 gave a much better field of vision so you could see out of it. You know, I'm pretty sure on the dates on those. I'm not 100% positive, but I think so. What's kind of funny, I'll show you guys some cool stuff. Let's pause that. It is so smoky in here. Let's go to my JT folder. Oh my god, these are so small, these images. Let's clean it up. Let's sort it. You know, I hate the way sorting works on Mac. It's fucking... Dude, I found so much, like, gold JT stuff. Like, old ass, like, ads and stuff like that. Most of them are from, like, Damn, I'm gonna try something really fast. What happens if I do this? If I go screen capture. You guys get to see my monitor really fast. Window capture. Not that one though. So what if I do this? What'll happen if I do this and then do this? Damn, it doesn't work. Okay, never mind. Now I really want to make this work. What happens if I move this over here? And then we put another... Bear with me a little bit here, guys. We're this far into the live stream. We're hanging out. We're going to do another screen capture. This time, we're going to do window capture. We're going to try to capture this preview window, but I'm not sure if I can capture the preview window. What does this do? Nope. 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 Spotlight? Probably not. Definitely not. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's try to capture the application. Finder? Okay. Okay. What is going on? Oh, that's right. I have like multiple things open. Okay, guys. We're figuring out on the fly. This is what it's like setting up a live stream. Let's pull that here. I'm gonna put that there. Damn, this is all like crazy. Okay. Look at what we're doing now. This is kind of interesting. I'm like losing everybody though, so sorry guys. I want to like make it a little bigger. All right, we're in business. We didn't lose too many of you. Okay, so this is just, these are all the pictures I have for, not all the pictures, but how do I like get rid of that? Can I make that just go away? So these are not all the pictures I have for the JT video, but you know, some of them. But one of the things I was looking for, you know, it's kind of crazy. So this is John Gregory, the guy who started JT. That's his plane. He crashed his plane in 2019 when he was 79 years old into the top of a tree. It's not really relative to our story, but it's kind of funny. I'm not going to mention that in the video. You guys might remember that. The Axiom FX10 by JT. This is me playing with a Proflex on. That's me again. I used to have a website called lockedcog.com. Not anymore. A long time ago. There's a Baines for some reason. Old Scott mask. I don't know what I came in here for. What did I open this for? I was going to show you guys something, but then I like totally forgot what I was doing. Some of these are just cool, like these old ads. They're just kind of fun. Dude, I totally forgot what I was doing. Someone remind me in the chat room. What the hell was I looking for? Man, this is funny. I don't know that guy's name. Isn't that the guy? That's the guy who was on like Chuck, right? I got this because it's like that's the JT status, that mask, and they never really sold that. I mean, they sold it, but nobody ever used it. And it's like so rare to find people actually wearing that mask. It's like, wow, the status. And I'm pretty sure that's Ken Griffey Jr. Like, I'm pretty sure that's Ken Griffey Jr. I'm pretty sure that's the Griff. What the hell was I doing, though? I'll just show you guys something. I don't remember. It's not, like, coming to me right now. God damn it. What is this? Just some kid that's ag, I guess. I don't know. We were talking about JT stuff. These are cool. These like old like magazines. Because that's when JT was like all motocross, you know, they didn't actually like make a lot of paint. They didn't make any paintball stuff at this time. Damn, what was I doing, guys? It's gonna drive me crazy. Look at that, that's cool. The soft stream right there. Oh well. See, I lost everybody. Skrillex, when you dropping your next album? I don't know. Am I Skrillex? Can I be Skrillex? Why does it say my bit rate's low? JT still does motocross. They split the paintball division and sold the paintball division. I know, I've always wondered that. Like, you can go to, like, JT Racing, and, like, if you go to jtracing.com... I'm so curious, though, like, I don't really know, you know? Like, is it just... It's obviously just some random company, though, that just puts, like, the JT logo and stuff on it. I can't imagine... You know, are they like a good company though? You know, like do people actually like buy their equipment? Or is it just kind of like weird, I don't know, company that just bought the rights to it, now they're just putting crap all over it and trying to sell stuff? I really don't know. I mean, these are kind of cool looking though. Those are kind of cool. JT Racing. Highlighter yellow JT paintball pics. Bandana logo on every ball. What? I don't know. Oh, you're actually using the JT ones. That's cool. Huh. Yeah, they used to only make JT stuff, or motocross stuff. Also, there is more information regarding the method engine for the Idol in the BST groups on Facebook, including disassembly pictures. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, it's still a gamma core. I'm going to copy your comment so I can look later. Yeah, it's obviously not going to, you know, they can't like revolutionary change it. It's got to like, you know, somewhat follow the same like concepts, because, you know, those guns are the guns, the bodies and stuff have all their air passages, you know, drilled and all that stuff. So it can't be like some, you know, huge crazy departure. They could design the gun, though, to take different engines, you know, like that Bob Long guns. The Bob Long guns for a while there would have 3 different style engines you could put in them. They had like spool valve one and the poppet valve one, so it's totally possible. You just might have to like, I don't know, do something really crazy. Didn't we say some big time engineer is going to work with DLX? Didn't we say some big time engineer is going to work for DLX? I don't know. The brain behind the DSR Plus engine. John, what's his name? John, I'm blanking on his last name right now. John Chambers, I think. Yes, John Chambers worked on the DSR stuff. He also, some brains, did the DLS, kinda. Because the DLS was like a combination of like probably John Chambers from Die and also, what's his name? From, help me out here. Shit. Why am I blanking on the name? They made the Enigma barrel or the Eigen barrel. I don't know. Enigma? I don't remember. It was like a combination with those two guys. So John Chambers didn't really design Lurker. There we go. Jesus. Lurker paintball. So John didn't design the Bolton stuff. I assume he just kind of like helped marry it to the die products, you know, like make the trigger frame fit right and all that stuff. He might not have had like super hands-on with the bolt design. I don't think so, anyway. But everything he's made is great. I mean, the DSR is awesome. He's had his hands in like some of the upgrades for like the M3 Plus and stuff. What are we talking about friggin' Skrillex for? What's going on? I don't know. I don't listen to any nonsense electronic music. Makes me want to kill myself. I already have that problem. I shouldn't say that. Can't we like get in trouble on YouTube for saying that? Don't I have to say like I'm no longer breathing myself or something? Yeah, that's true. The MXR, well, something the MXR bolt too. Something Jesse says, ultimately it didn't work out. I don't know what you mean though. And they ended up going back to the ARC platform and just revamping it a bit up to upgrade for the MXR. Yeah, I don't know what they were ever going to do with that bolt system anyway. You know, like if it really worked, I don't know if they'd keep doing it. I don't know. It was always going to be like a limited thing. Unfortunately, I don't know. It didn't really work for people who bought it. I got the Vortex engine, a red carbon tip. My life is almost complete. Dude, I know those engines were hard to get. They also released a lot of other stuff. I didn't even talk about that stuff. It's kind of boring. Well, I talk about interesting things. And personally, the bolt's kind of boring too. So, yeah, they were super hard to get. So it's kind of cool you got one. That's good. Yeah, we actually talked about the method idle bolt very briefly. I didn't know anything about it until like literally someone mentioned it in the chat. There's apparently better pictures out there, but I have not seen them yet. But it's just cool to see, you know, actually upgraded pieces coming out and stuff like that. It was the Lurker Eigen. The Eigenbolt was the grandfather of all gamma cores, or whatever you want to call mechanically dwelled internal valve engine. Dude, I don't even know. It's beyond my head. I've never even... I don't know. It's never really interested me, all those like super details about bolt design and how everything works. I mean, it is kind of interesting. I've just never sat down to care. You know, I haven't had someone teach me or anything, and I haven't spent the time to learn all about like the crazy intricacies. They released 7 today. I thought they only released 7 of them. That's probably why people couldn't buy them. I thought that there was it yesterday or was it today? I thought they were already sold. I thought they sold them all already. On the website, it was there, and then it was gone. I don't know. Damn, they've really only 7? That's crazy. Huh. I thought they were only making 200. 250 sounds right, but 7's wild. I wouldn't even sell them until I had all of them. We'd just be like, bang, here's all of them. Shipping tomorrow, baby. But it's obviously expensive too, so maybe they can get a little bit more money to machine the stuff. I wonder where it's made. It's probably all made in the US, right? Chris Martin says, boring truth, better paint outperforms fancy bolt upgrades. That's true. For the most part. I mean, you know, most bolt upgrades don't do anything at all. So for sure, there's no question. Oh, the idol. The idol. That makes more sense. Okay, I'm like, what? They only sold 7 of the, like, Vortex ones? I'm all like... I'm so confused. I'm like, this don't make no sense. Marketing geniuses. I don't know if it's marketing genius. That's just called, like, marketing, right? That's the same reason that, like, you know, pro guys get to use stuff before everybody and whatever. They build exclusivity. It's gonna make you want it even more. Genius. I wish I was a marketing genius. I'm not a genius in anything, that's for sure. Idol bolts. I was like, oh, why are they? Yeah, I was like, all so confused. They're only selling 7. Did Twister ever do a shooting video of the Vortex bolt? Probably not. I don't think so. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel that there's any reason to, you know, it's like, what do you learn from those? Like, you know, I've done a bunch of them and I don't know what you're gaining out of it. Like, other than like seeing that it works and maybe like, you can maybe tell a little bit about it, but you know, you gotta really, really know what you're like listening for. 'Cause you know, what are you going to tell from it, you know? I know sound signature, but it's like, I don't even know if like, you know, microphones matter so much and like placement of the microphone and like all that stuff. It's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I've just thought about how to do this, you know, how to set it up and how can we actually tell a difference from a shooting video? And it's like, I don't know. I mean, obviously we can, have a bunch of crazy tests and stuff like that, but I mean, it's not really realistic. You can definitely hear pitch, or like we were talking about on the is the iPad still working? Oh yeah. Yeah, we were talking about on the Boltio over here. I'm gonna go off screen for a moment. These little holios, they put these holes down there to slow the bolt speed down a little bit. And that's something you might be able to hear, because it's gonna air is gonna leave and exit the bolt differently. So you might hear something. Yeah. I just find shooting videos funny. That's all. It's like, yep, shoots. Paintballs come out. Idle engine pictures. Yeah, we'll look at. I'll probably look at those bolt pictures in the next live stream, because I want to be able to compare side by side and stuff like that. What's actually different. Outside of the barrel, is there a must-have upgrade for the EMEC? Probably the pops on off. That's the only thing that I feel you really you don't need, but it's hands down the most useful upgrade. So getting there on off ASA that allows you to turn the air on and off really quick. The pops on off. That's the only thing that I would do. I mean, right, there's all kinds of different things. You can get different bolts. There's different triggers. You can, technically get different valves and stuff, but I don't know. It's not that big of a difference, I don't think. So I use mine stock all the time. Stock, aftermarket barrel, pops on off. That's about it. I mean, the original EMEX used to come with a different valve as well. So if yours is within the last year and a half, they've upgraded those all to come with the FL3 valve as well, which is a better valve. You can check it. There's a visual difference. So you can even take the frame off and check to see if you have the new valve or not. But even then, I don't know. I don't have one of the new valves. I've got the old one, and it's, I don't know. I have no problems with it. But if you're trying to shoot as fast as literally possible, getting some of those upgrades would make a difference. But, if you just want to shoot the paintball gun, it doesn't really matter all that much. And I can still shoot my stock one, probably 7 to 6 balls a second, 7-ish balls a second, somewhere in there, not really trying. And if it was all upgraded, I might get 9, or 8.5 or something like that. It wouldn't be too dramatic. Yep. You can get a brand new M3 Plus 2.0 for $1,000 right now. Oh, brand new, sure. I was used for $1,000. Yeah. M3 Pluses, they're $1,000 right now, really. Which makes sense. I mean, they don't make them anymore. They're discontinued. It's their new high-end gun is the MXR, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah. Chris, is it possible to convert the Etha 2 to mechanical? EMEC frame is $28. What else is needed? I don't know. I'd have to see what comes in the frame. I know that it's probably just the frame, right? I think that I've seen, doesn't Inception sell those? There you go. Yeah, I mean, dude, you gotta go ham. I mean, you need everything. I mean, you buy just the trigger frame, and you're gonna need everything. You have to buy the safety, the ball bearing for the safety, the spring for the safety, the trigger pin, the trigger, all the other pins that go in the frame that hold regulator pieces in. You need grips. You need all kinds of stuff. You need the valve. You need so much stuff where it's like, for another like $80 or $100, you can probably buy a whole gun. So the frame's technically cheap, but it's just a bare trigger frame. You know, like imagine like your Etha 2, if you took off literally everything from the frame. You need to get all that stuff. So it probably don't make no sense. It technically is possible though. It's just a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really, like, I've known Method was around, but they're like making more stuff. Like they came out with some barrels I saw the other day, or saw earlier today. So it's interesting. Maybe there will be a Method Paintball Ruined My Life condom case or something. Some brain says, like kids spending on Inception design Etha parts until they're holding a used CS2 worth of Etha. For sure. My friend Chris has an Etha 2, has an Etha like that. Where's Chris at? Sometimes Chris is in here. Christopher Raymond. Chris has like an anodized body on his Etha too, but I think he got the body for free. I don't think he paid for it. This gun's all crazy. I love the freaking Etha 2, dude. I think it's freaking awesome. I mean, Etha 3, Etha 2, Etha 1's terrible, but the 2 and 3 are pretty good. I'd be more than happy to talk engineering history regarding paintball. I'm fascinated with the engineering side to a point of obsession. I have a few friends like that too, really. And I've learned more, for sure. I mean, I've just never, I don't know. You know, it's never really been super interesting to me, and I've never needed to know. So it was just like, I don't know. Some stuff I have a grasp on, only like kind of recently though, to like learn some stuff for videos. Paintball engineering live stream, that's too much work. I gotta study for a month and a half. I had to like study for a month. Or I could just make 2 more videos. The videos are probably more what I should be focusing on. Like these live streams could be better if I spent, you know, 4 days getting ready for the live stream, but I really only spend like Monday for like 4 hours or something. That's about the time limit I give myself to get ready. Yeah, I don't like guests either though. I don't know, that might be a little more interesting though. I was thinking about it again, Ron. I'll take it back. I know Matt was on. He was the first person on the live stream. When was the person when was the person before that? Was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago or something crazy. Matt was the first person Matt was the second person that's ever been remote. The other person was Chris Raymond when we were testing it out to see if it'd work. But I don't know, it could be... I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I gotta like think about how to like position stuff. I don't know. I ultimately just have to make videos that people want to watch, you know? It's like, yeah, I just got to make videos that people want to watch. Do you still think... I cannot read. Do they still have free agency table at Capital Edge? I don't know. I have no idea what's happening with it. I'm not the guy. I probably would have never known though, because I don't really keep track of the tournament stuff too much anymore. Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe not a live stream even, because a live stream is like, I don't know. It's fucking. I have a motorized desk and I just hit the down button and I'm like, see you guys later. Yeah, in a live stream it's just kind of hard because like those concepts are like a little, difficult. Where it's like not like super simple. It's not like turn the thing once. It's like this complicated concepts sometimes that involve like fluid dynamics and like complicated things that I can figure out. Like I can eventually grasp those things. It's just difficult maybe live to grasp them. So it might be difficult to like portray the information correctly, where it'd be better for an actual video because then I can like demonstrate stuff a little better. What do you mean by podcast style? What's that mean? I don't know. I mean, we'd just be talking to each other back and forth like this, so. Dank Perp says, we need more indoor speedball fields because sometimes it gets really windy on the weekends. And at the point where playing indoors would be way better. Oh, for sure. It's just so expensive. I mean, you imagine opening an indoor paintball field. It's just like crazy expensive. And it's so dirty and gross and like, it's loud. I'm with you though. I mean, it'd be great, but. What is street ball? Well, it really kind of started back in the day when like everybody's on teams, right? And it's kind of everybody's on teams, and they used to have like these street ball like days or whatever, where like once a month or whatever, everybody just kind of comes and plays and mixes up on teams, and it's just more of a free for all versus like practice, we'll say. There you go. Some brains is like a pickup tourney ball for walk-ons, kinda. Yeah, it's like it's kind of maybe a little bit different depending on what field you go to. Like sometimes they might make random teams and put people on random teams or something like that, but it's kind of like an experienced airball day or speedball day without the teams a little bit. David says, again, was that you? No. My indoor field burned down after installing mandatory efficiency lighting. I don't know. Did the lighting cause the fire? Or did the person installing the lighting cause the fire? Curtis, $10 million for an indoor field in Alaska? Probably about that. I mean, it's about $1 million to, I'd say, start a paintball field. Even if you're like, just you've got property, you need about $1 million, I'd guess, to do it correct, to do it really, really well. You don't need $1 million, but if you want to open a field with like good airball fields and all that shit, it's expensive. Yeah, the smart parts indoors. All American Paintball Park, wasn't it called? All American Paintball Park? No, that's in Alameda. But I swear it was Smart Parts. Maybe it wasn't called that, I don't know. Yeah, All American Paintball Park. Jeez. Look at these photos. This guy, 2011, was like, so I'm driving by the old Smart Parts. Yeah, that was an indoor paintball field. That huge ass warehouse. Wow. Huh. Crazy. I don't know, I was gonna try to find some real pictures really fast, but I don't know. Yeah, that place was crazy. It was always ridiculous. I mean, it was like fucking huge. The only way they could ever afford it is because it was just Smart Parts money. So Smart Parts was just losing money on the field, you know? Like imagine if, you know, Planet Eclipse opened a field and they just wanted to have a cool paintball field and they were losing money every year. Crazy. Got cooked there a few times by 15 balls per second. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little sad. It is Smart Parts though. They kind of like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird to me, right, that Smart Parts is still around or even like involved with paintball, you know, like, so Smart Parts in around 2004, 5, I think, 5-ish, started suing a lot of the companies for patent infringements, which, you know, they were doing. I mean, the companies were technically infringing the patents. It's just kind of crazy that Smart Parts waited like 7 or 8 years to enforce the patents, which is a little wild. But Smart Parts, what the fucking... Yeah, it's just weird that they're like here, because like, you know, Bill and Adam Gardner, they're brothers that started Smart Parts, and I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to me because they like really like sued a lot of companies and like, you know, caused a lot of problems for a lot of different companies and different people. I mean, multiple companies shut down because of those Smart Parts lawsuits. I mean, Angel probably spent, you know, maybe millions of dollars defending themselves in the lawsuits. And it's kind of just crazy that like, you know, the guys who did that are still around. You know, you'd think that like, I mean, they tried to sue a bunch of people and like put people out of business, and they did a bunch of weird underhanded things. Like the original Shocker, I'm not 100% sure on this, but they like, something weird happened there where they like tried to buy the original design from some guy and then like said they didn't, and then they like screwed this guy, and like, I don't know. So originally it started off weird, and it's just crazy that like, you know, they're still around and everybody remembers. Like all the guys who are running these companies remember, you know, Jack Wood remembers, you know, I don't know who else. Everybody remembers. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, would you do business with that company? I don't know. You know, everybody is. You know, I did. I mean, I bought plenty of freak barrels back in the day for the store. And like, you know, they're selling Luxes. So it's like they have plenty of stuff. Or they not have plenty of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what that was it. It's like they've sold plenty of stuff. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Chris? Yeah, it's kind of, it's such a crazy thing. Fuck. I mean, that's a video that needs to be like 45 minutes long, I feel like. Because I've started it, but originally it was just going to be about Smart Parts. But I think that the smarter move is probably be it all about the paintball patents that kind of made stuff a little bit crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of odd. I mean, that video will happen eventually. It's like, whew, it's so hard to... It's hard to find out what happened, too, because it's like weird information. Like, it's so hard to find that information, you know? Like, I don't know, because it's not out there. You know, if we're looking for information on, like, the CS3, it's like, you know, it's been talked about so much, and it's like the companies want you to talk about that. It's not like if anyone was ever sharing a lot of information. So a lot of the stuff that happened, just nobody knows about. And like, I don't know, other than interviewing 45 people, I don't know how to like get the information. So I don't know. Ninja is out of business for pursuing all the people that ripped off their regulators. Is that really the reason though? No. I like Ninja. Ninja's the only like good budget tank regulators that are out there. I mean, all the other like tank rigs kind of suck. Ninja was the only company making like a really high quality, like reliable, good inline tank regulator. Oh no. I don't know. Do you know that for sure? Or are we just like talking about it? Because I could find out for sure if you really want. So did Ninja go out of business or did Pressure Specialists go out of business? Yes, Ninja made the HK rigs. Who's your credible source? I mean, I could see it happening because they sued Powerhouse. I think they won that lawsuit, right, against Powerhouse, or no? Did they sue anybody else? I mean, because nobody else has really like changed regulators. I mean, all the other regs like are all like they've been like the same tank reg for like 1,000 years. You know, like the cheap HK regs or like the random Empire regs. They've been the same tank reg for like before Ninja was even like a company. I think pretty much. I don't know. Either way, it sucks. Can you recommend a good GoPro mount for my gun or helmet? HK ones are the best, for sure. The HK Army GoPro mounts, whether it's for like your mask one or the barrel one, the HK one's the best. 100%. Don't even buy another one. Like, really, they are. I mean, you don't want to buy a non-paintball barrel mount, that's for sure. All those things suck. You definitely want, I don't know, the HK one's the best. There's no question. Nope, the Odin's one is the best. I haven't seen that. I mean, they're all just metal. Make sure you just get a metal one. That's really what matters. The Odin's GoPro mounts. The Odin's Bolt Original. Oh, that's why I haven't seen these. Just some guy 3D printing them. Those don't look bad. I mean, I don't want to get it because it's 3D printed and it's not aluminum. All the other stuff's aluminum. I want aluminum shit. I don't want it to break. I've had so many of those stupid ass GoPro mounts break. I'm so over it. And the HK one's like $30, so it's not like much more. I'm not showing you guys what this is either. This would be cool if it was like aluminum, but it probably wouldn't work well if it was aluminum. It is cool that it's like all big and like wide and stuff like that. That's cool. It's got like, it's probably like really, really, really stable. I just want aluminum. That's about all. That's my like only My only gripe. Definitely the HK barrel mount. Yeah, it does look stable, that's for sure. Although I've never even run, honestly, I've never even run the GoPro on the top of my mask. I mean, maybe I have a couple times, but not really. You know, I actually put the mask, when I do it, I put the actual freaking, like, whatever, fucking, I put the GoPro literally inside my mask. And $30 isn't bad. How much should they be? Like $29.95? Can I see fine? I'll show you. I mean, I use this session, so it's not like, it's not really that bad. I gotta find a mask with a... All my masks are taken apart. There's one in here, for sure. I don't know what is in here, though. I want to get a clear lens, though. So, yeah, obviously if I was using like the a full-size GoPro, this would not work. But yeah, I literally just take the GoPro sessions. Obviously it's small, right? So it's actually doable. But I do this, if I can get the thing right. I literally just shove it in between the nose, the bridge of the nose and the eyes, and they like stay perfect. Like, you know, you can jam it in there and doesn't get in the way. I can put it on. And it's like there, you know, like it's definitely in the way. But if I'm looking forward, like I almost don't see it because it's, you know, in between my eyes. It does get a little weird when people are really far away, or if I want to like look around something, because if I look like this, it definitely like blocks my vision a little bit more. But it's not bad. I mean, the reason I like it is because if I put like GoPro, if I like put a GoPro or something on top of my head like this, I'm just so tall that I end up like, it's like I'm looking over the bunkers and shit. It's like a weird, it's a very weird angle. So that's a much more organic, it's hard to see because of freaking glare on that thing, but there she is. That's what I've always done. Most of the time. I'd really like to take apart a GoPro and like try to make a camera, but that's a whole other thing. I gotta put this other camera back in there. Well, gentlemen, anyone have any like, you know, cool questions they want to ask me or whatever? I totally broke this fucking thing. These things disappointing. GoPro sessions, unfortunately they haven't made them in like 4 years, like more than that. It's like 7 years or 8 years old, maybe even older. So like the quality on them is fine. It's not good. I mean, definitely the new stuff is like, the new cameras are just so much better. Should be a compartment in the nose of the mask. I don't know what you mean. Oh, we have like a little... Giving me ideas. I don't know. Putting stuff away. Man, a Hero 9. What are they on like now? Like 14 or some shit? It's crazy. Cameras. Hostility just picked up a little hero from GoPro a few weeks ago. From GoPro. Which is the hero? They made 2 of the sessions. The GoPro sessions. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Okay, gentlemen. I'm gonna go eat dinner in a little bit. You know what? Yeah, I think so. I was thinking, should I make chicken tacos tonight, or should we make ground beef tacos? Because I have ground beef. I gotta make the chicken, though. Cooking the chicken takes a little bit longer than the ground beef. I like how the ground beef cooks way faster. The new GoPro hero. Ground beef, got ground beef. Ron is a punk. Confirmed. I don't know. Like an old school punk, like he got a mohawk. Ground beef, we've only got 1 ground beef. I guess we're doing ground beef. I do like making the ground beef. It's just so much easier, dude. It's so much easier. You just plop it in a pot kind of and mix it up and bam. Chicken, I gotta like, you know, I'm always worried about like undercooking chicken, and I'll eat raw ground beef. Not really, but you know. All right, guys, ground beef it is. I don't know if you're a channel member. I'm definitely gonna film this week that debrief. If you're a pro level member, I'm definitely gonna film that debrief video for the Bob Long stuff this week, and hopefully have it up this week, if not next week for sure. It just kind of matters how the week flows and what's, you know, I got time or whatever. Yep. And whatever. In the meantime, we'll see you guys Monday. I'm gonna try to talk about some new rules that I want the NXL to institute next week. We're gonna get that ready too. New rules next week.